Hey, my friends. Welcome to part 2 of a 3-part series where we're discussing 9 things you need to give up if you want to be happy. Last week I gave you the first 3, and this week I'm giving you another 3. Do you want to be happier? Then you have to give up number 4, negative self-talk. It is so hard, I know. We either are our best friend or our worst enemy. And most of the time, our natural tendency is to be our worst critic. If you talk to yourself the way you talk to your friends, would you still want to be your friend? You always need to be thinking, am I cheering myself on? Am I my fan club president? Because guess what? You want to look into a magic crystal ball and have your future light out for you, then listen to your inner voice, because your inner voice is psychic. It plants the seeds to your future reality. So what you focus on and what you think about actually comes to fruition. It expands, it grows. Where you put that attention proliferates. So if you are continually looking at the negative and you're thinking about the negative, you're going to grow negative. So what are you growing? And I know it's hard. When life is hard and you have all these list of things to be negative about that are legit, that there's no denying that you are validated in being negative, but that is not a healthy state to live in and to be happy. Instead, you're holding yourself back. If you then look at the blessing what are you grateful for? Because guaranteed out there, someone is praying and wishing for the life that you have right now, even on your worst day. And I love true stories. And one of my favorite things to do is watch documentaries or inspirational movies about true stories. One of my favorite movies is about the greatest underdog story in the history of athletics. Have you heard of Eddie the Eagle? It's on your homework to go and watch that. It is so good. Watch it with your kids too. He had a deep desire to be an Olympic athlete. He didn't make the team. He didn't make the downhill ski team and was even told by his own dad that he needed to give up on his dreams. He didn't. His thoughts fueled his dreams, which fueled his actions and led him to realize, okay, what can I do differently? He tried out for ski jumping. He moved to Germany to train with borrowed equipment. He had to wear 6 pairs of socks to make his boots fit. He was ridiculed. He was heckled by all those around him that were training, and he was told he would never make it. But he used the power of positive thinking. And at the Olympic qualifier, at the 1987 World Championship, he qualified as the sole rep for Britain. 60 years had gone by since Great Britain had competed in Olympic ski jumping. How incredible is that? Okay, I know you're thinking, he went on to win the gold and he was amazing. Okay, he didn't. But he went on to land the 70-meter and the 90-meter jumps at the 1988 Winter Olympics in Calgary. Even though he finished last, he became an icon and he became loved around the world for his belief in himself and his belief in his dreams. And even the closing commentator was like, "Let your dreams fly like an eagle," which he was referring to Eddie the Eagle. Against all odds, because of his positive self-talk, he was able to fulfill his dreams and flood his life with purpose and happiness. And you can do the same thing. What are you supposed to do next? Your homework is, I want you to play the door frame game. Have you heard of that? Every time you walk through a door frame, I want you to give yourself a compliment. Back when we talked about believing the lies you tell yourself, you made a list of all your qualities and attributes. I want you to use that list. And every time you walk through a door frame, Give yourself a compliment. And it could be out loud. It could be in your mind. I mean, what a great example that will be for your children if you have them in your home. Maybe give a compliment to your children too as you go through the door frame. And soon enough, you'll be feeling that positive self-talk trickle into your life and be able to help you be happier. Okay, number 5. Dwelling on the past. Have you seen the movie Napoleon Dynamite? Okay, me and my kids, we're movie freaks. We love Napoleon Dynamite. And in there is this uncle who continuously lives in the past. His name's Uncle Rico, okay? And he just lives in the past in his glory days and only how his life would be different if he would have went back and done this play differently in high school football. Like he continually replays it and he's going over it and he talks about it. How can he move forward in his life? It is so hard to do that. If we are not moving forward because we're stuck dwelling in the past, we're never going to be happy. It's a really fine line being a widow and honoring that loss. And a lot of people, especially that haven't been a widow before, look at widows or widowers and can easily judge, or people that have experienced trauma, deep emotional stress, and it's hard to move forward because that something has impacted your life so much. But for me, honoring my loss and Clint is each day it fuels me to be a better person. Each day, because of my loss, it helps me want to be the best version of myself. And Clint would never, my late spouse, would never have wanted me to sit at home and pine away for the days that we had together. He would want me to look at those days that we had and have it give me the determination to move forward. And it does every day. Like this week, I have not felt good at all. And I haven't been sick for about a year, okay? And one of my goals, because I've been working on goal setting, is I wanted to work out 6 days a week. And I did it. I channeled, I thought of him, my cute son Gunner, was like, you're going to go work out, because I wasn't eating too much and just didn't feel very well at all. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to channel the Bauer power. Like when you have a front row seat to seeing somebody live their life in such pain and continue to show up anyway, like it has forever changed who I am. And I also cited like, hey, Michael Jordan played in the NBA Finals with the flu. And back in the day, it was I think 1998, I was like one of my family, like the biggest Jazz fans you could ever imagine in the history of ever. And it was heartbreaking to watch Michael Jordan kill it with a stomach flu. And of course, the Jazz lost, and it was horrible, and the Jazz have been breaking our hearts for years, but maybe this year will be different. Who knows? But I also thought of that this morning, too, as we think about those people in our lives, when we go through hard things, what helps us to continue to move forward is also thinking about people that have done hard things. And so this morning I was like, gosh, I feel like crap. I don't want to work out. I don't want to do my podcast and my YouTube video today. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. And it was just like, no, Michael Jordan played in the finals game with the flu. Get down, get on your exercise bike, lift your weights, and do your thing. And of course I was a little bit more cautious, but I did it. And you can do it too. Just when you're down, when you are in that funk, think of the future. Think of what your future self will say to you when you follow through. Think of great people. For me, it's my late husband. For you, it could be yourself. It could be anybody that you know that inspires you, that they have pushed past what you thought you would have given up. And that will keep you going. And when you keep going and you're not dwelling in the past, like Uncle Rico, you will be able to move forward and have more happiness in your life. A great quote that I I loved was by Marianne Williamson, okay? And she says, "We do not heal the past by dwelling there. We heal the past by living in the present." And that's so true. When we create those new memories, when we live in the present, and what a gift the present is, that creates and generates happiness. Okay, so what are you supposed to do next? If you're living in the past, I want you to think about one good thing from your past that you enjoyed. And I want you to take that same energy and apply it to one action you're going to do this week. Sounds easy enough, but when you actually follow through, it's empowering and it will generate happiness in your life. Number 6, this one's hard, but resisting change. Change is uncomfortable, it's inevitable, and horrible at times. I've been seeing this meme go around on Insta and Facebook, and it's this butterfly sitting at a table with this caterpillar, right? And they're playing some cards, and the caterpillar's like, "You've changed." And the butterfly's like, "I'm supposed to. We're supposed to." And it's really resonated with me because change is so inevitable, but it's also a catalyst for creation. Don't look at change as your enemy. Look at it and think of the butterfly, how uncomfortable it was for it to go through all those challenges, but it rose up and it became this beautiful thing because of its circumstances. Think about it. When you think about change in a different way, it will change your happiness. If you keep faith that life is a process, and rarely do we see what we are becoming in the process. You just need to trust the process. Trust that you are creating your own pair of wings right now. Whatever pain, whatever heartache, whatever trial that you're in, don't be miserable when you are in the depths. When you are faced with change, realize it is your opportunity. It is a gift-wrapped, personalized invitation to become more kinder, more compassionate, more understanding, less quick to judge. We can't grow unless we change. John Maxwell said it incredibly. Growth is the only guarantee tomorrow will be better. Do you want to have your days filled with happiness? Then don't be afraid of change. Embrace it. Look for the good things. I know a lot of you are like, well, what good can come from a cancer diagnosis? And I was in that mindset. I was in that deep depression where I couldn't see the happiness because of the devastating circumstances we were living in. And my quality of life declined. I was going to go on antidepressants. I ate my feelings. I was 30 pounds overweight. But it wasn't until I prayed so hard for guidance and a change in my life, a change in my attitude, and I was able to realize and have the gift of being able to be happy in the present with our uncomfortable circumstances, with impossible circumstances. It's not our circumstances that create happiness. It is what we go through. It is what we go through inside our hearts. And for me, in my heart, I looked at the gift that I had every day in front of me, and that was Clint. Even if he was terminal, even if our life wasn't ideal, he was there, and I was able to be happy. And with exercise and faith and trust in the Lord, I was able to push through that depression. And I'm so grateful for it. And I know that you can too if you're struggling with a depression or with being negative and being unhappy. You can choose. Even if your life isn't what you want, don't have your happiness be conditional on what you want your life to look like. I promise you can be happy right now. Just change your thoughts. Change what you focus on. Look at the good. There's so much good. And now that Clint passed away, I'm so grateful for him and those moments we had together, and for so much that I learned, and my kids learned so much, and it's made us kinder, more compassionate people. And Brené Brown has a beautiful quote. She says, "You can choose courage or you can choose comfort, but you cannot choose both." So what are you supposed to do next? Have courage. Identify one area that is changing that you're uncomfortable with. And then find one good thing that is coming out of it, or a good attribute you are developing because of it. Especially right now with COVID, we're home, we're in our houses, it's hard, jobs are lost, but what are you gaining? Are you making more friendship connections? Are you making your family relationships stronger? Are you appreciative of holidays because you've missed out on seeing the ones you love? Do you have a different perspective? Then those are gifts. Look at those changes and change your mindset. Change your thoughts about them and see your blessings pile up. See that butterfly that you're turning into, and it will make you happier. I promise. It's made me happier. Every day I wake up and I'm just like, especially right now, I'm like, I slept in my contacts last night because I was so tired, which I never do that. So that's why I'm sporting my glasses today for you. But every day I wake up and I'm like, I'm living my best life. I'm so happy. And life is different and it's not ideal, but that doesn't matter to me. I'm happy because I choose to be happy. You can look at this big, long list of things that can justify unhappiness, but life's too short. I know that. I've seen how precious life is, and I will never take it for granted. And I'm so grateful for that opportunity and that experience. So, next week, I will be talking about the last 3 things that you need to do to be happier. And coming up next month, me and my cute 17-year-old, Niska Lulu, we're going to be doing a Zoom makeup class. I get comments, questions all the time. What do you put on and how do you use it, an application? And if you followed my YouTube channel, you see I have a bunch of makeup tutorials on there too. But me and my cute Niska, we are going to do a fun, I think it's gonna be on a Saturday for like an hour and a half. Anyway, I'll release more details next week about it. But follow me on Instagram, Kamille Bauer, Facebook, and stay tuned on my YouTube channel and you can see more information as that comes out. But that's going to be fun too. So grab your daughters, grab your granddaughters, and if you don't know where goes what or how to do this or that, I got your back. So anyway, live a happy life. You deserve it. Have a great week, and I can't wait to talk to you next week.